Hey guys, what's up? This is Khan. Welcome to this week's Good or Garbage. I hope you guys are looking forward to all of the good stuff that is being sold this week. There are quite a few surprises. It is definitely a sausage fest. There are some pretty good SASG shotguns, and I don't know what's going on with the vendor over at East 46th Street. He straight went off, and there is an AK-74 that's being sold that I would say is probably could be God tier. You may want to check that out. Let's go. Okay, starting off this week's Good or Garbage, we're at the Special Blueprints vendor as usual, and the first thing we can see is the First Wave PF45 pistol, the Surplus SVD blueprint, the firearms knee pads, firearms vest, Omega rifle suppressor with reduced threat and headshot damage, the 5.52 halo sight with critical hit chance, good for those SMGs and stuff like that if you can get it. This is a large optic sight, so we'll have to see about that. The firearms gear mod and the stamina gear mod. These are all of the gear mods that are being sold this week, so if there's something that entices you to want to buy it, then go ahead and go for it. If you're running Deadeye, the Surplus SVD is a recommendation. The Omega rifle suppressor is a good recommendation for just about any weapon that would fit it, and the 5.52 halo sight for critical hit chance, kind of don't know. I would say crit hit damage is probably always best if you're running crit, but hey, what do I know? All right, let's see what other things are going on in the base of operations. All right, now over at the special equipment vendor, we have the Pacom with Ferocious, Vicious, and the Pacom perk. We have the Centurion this week with Ferocious. We have a Liberator with 20% enemy armor damage. It has Prepared, Fierce, and Vicious. This has quite a bit of crit hit chance. Unfortunately, Prepared is on it instead of Deadly. That would have made it really nice. But the base damage on this is a little bit low just in comparison. My lightweight M4, which is of the same variant of weapon, has about 2,000, a little bit less than 2,000 more base damage, so keep that in mind if you are picking up the Liberator this week. Now moving along, we have the Historian with 144% headshot damage. Not a big fan, but the talent Brutal, Proficient, and a history repeats. Proficient, you may want to get off of that thing, but yeah, Brutal on it is pretty nice, but the headshot damage is low, so this is another weapon that I personally do not recommend. The Cassidy is also on sale with Capable, Commanding, and Boomstick. Now getting on to the weapons that are being sold, we can skip over this pistol because nobody wants it. The Tactical AUG has what seems to be some okay base damage, but it has Commanding and Responsive and Capable. Responsive being one of the better perks out of the three. Not a high recommendation for this weekend. To be honest with you, a lot of the weapons are not really highly recommended from me this week in the base of operation. Well, this with the special equipment vendor. I haven't been upstairs yet, so we will see. The Tactical M77, again, low headshot damage, unforgiving, determined, and elevated. The Black Market RPK, really good damage to targets out of cover at 15. That is really nice. It comes with unforgiving, self-preserved, and dominant. Again, talents I'm not a fan of. Now the Spec Ops mask with refreshed, running at 1152 health, 960 on the armor, 7% enemy armor damage and burn resistance. Not a fan of the health roll, but that can be rolled off. So if you like enemy armor damage and you're looking for a refresh mask, this is not bad. 960 is not a bad roll for health on a mask. Now getting over to some of the rest of this stuff, the Nomad mask with crit chance and burn resist, not too bad. 4% crit chance is very good, but again 1167 on the firearms, and the armor is only 935. Now the Hunter's Face mask, the armor is even lower, but the stamina roll on it is much higher, comes with health on kill. The Deadeye mask, out of all of the masks being sold this week, would probably be my recommendation, just because for, I would say, not only PvE, but specifically for PvE, since it has damage to elites, having skill power and having 1249 on a roll is not too bad if you don't want to tinker with it. The armor on it is a little bit low. I would like to see it in the upper 900s, but it's not too bad. The skill power roll on it isn't that bad either. Forceful on this chest piece plus no fire, I guess ammo capacity is a no-go. Same thing with the Alpha Bridge chest. The tactical bag with resourceful, it does have ammo capacity on it, but I'm not a huge fan of having crit damage on this. If you are running a crit build, this may be all right, but resourceful is not the best talent to have on your bags. Now moving over, the Century's Call bag has 8% crit hit damage ammo capacity. The armor on it isn't that bad at 1308, and you can re-roll the firearms to be whatever you want. The Lone Star bag has a respectable 12,782 health, has bleed resist, wish it had ammo capacity. The Fire Crest has stability and burn resist, that is a pass. Knee pads accomplished. Damage to elites, burn resist, this is garbage. Knee pads for the striker, skill power is okay. Damage to elites, disrupt, shock. I would say even though the armor on it is decent, the only redeeming factor for this pair of knee pads is the skill power, and that's not even all that great, so that would be a pass. Banshee knee pads, again, this has 1260 in the firearms, which is really nice, but the armor on it is a little bit lower than I would like. It has crit hit damage, so if you're running for crits, that's pretty good. But it does have burn and bleed resist, so that's not too bad. This is something you may want to think about. Now moving on to the defense knee pads, a good amount of health on these, but unfortunately 1164 in the stamina department. Tactical holster, all of these holsters are pretty much trash for this week. There's nothing special about any of them. Decisive gloves, again, trash. The stamina mod this week is pretty decent with 1265 for health and 2896 skill power. That is pretty nice. Pulse duration, meh. The rest of this stuff, not a huge fan of, nothing really amazing. So that's pretty much what I see for the special equipment vendor. Let's see if there's anything else upstairs worth talking about. Now at the advanced weaponry vendor, I can't even lie to you guys, most of this is straight garbage. We have the custom pistol with unforgiving. This tactical vector, the base damage is not the greatest, the crit chance is not that great. The talents on it, only adept seem like something I would probably want to roll with. Skilled isn't bad, but still. The tactical ACR has some pretty good base damage. The enemy armor damage ain't bad, but the talents on it straight suck. The tactical sausage has good talents on it. The base damage is good for a sausage. It's got fierce, it's got ferocious, and it has responsive. You can roll off ferocious and have a pretty decent one, but the problem is the stagger, which most people want it for last stand, is not the greatest. It could be a lot better, but yeah, if you want to go with one, then you go ahead and go for it. The hunting M44 I think is straight trash. The headshot damage on it is not that great. It's not the best M44 you can get. The custom L86A2, the out of cover target damage is pretty good, but the talented, determined, and swift, not a huge fan of. The attachments, again, you can see for yourself, they're nothing to write home about. So I would probably, unless you really want this sausage shotgun, or yeah, I wouldn't even recommend the ACR. Unless you really want the sausage, there's really no reason to go to the advanced weaponry vendor in the base. So let's see if there's anything else out here this week that's worth talking about. Alright, now for the people who actually use cover in this game, the gear vendor has a pretty decent gunslinger's vest. The armor on it is 1932, which is pretty good. It has robust, which increases your armor while you're in cover by 10%. 8% skill haste and 15,000 health. The only problem I can see with this is that the minor attribute is increased kill XP and that it is rolled into stamina for 1125. Now you can re-roll the stamina and all that other stuff and get something way better, have a good amount of armor, and if you do use cover, then you'll have even more armor by 10%, you'll have skill haste, and you have some health. So if you're looking for something like this, maybe for some PvE content, this could work out for you. Alright, let's see what else is going on. Alright, now over in the meat locker, this really seals the deal for that sausage in the base. There's a black market sausage with way more stagger at 338, 102 base damage, and the talents on it are mwah. You get fierce, you get responsive, and you get deadly. Now these are going to do some serious crit. Having that extra crit chance with fierce, 5% more, plus having responsive when you're up close, and then having deadly. It seems like a pretty good deal to me. If you have a need for one of these little beasts to run around with in Last Stand, then there you go. The stagger on it is right, the damage on it is right, and the talents on it are right. I recommend it. There you go. All right, let's see what else is going on this week. All right, now over in the ward for the people looking to deck out their electronics build, we have a nice little prototype electronics mod with 250 electronics and 3,166 health on it. I definitely think I'm going to be picking up quite a few of these to figure out where I want to put them. My inventory in my bag is a little high at the moment, so I might only pick up a couple. But if you're trying to get your skill power and have some survivability going, then this is a nice little thing to go ahead and pick up. Definitely go and check it out. These are few and far between. Hopefully we can find something with even more electronics or even more health on them. We'll see how this goes, but I'm definitely going to pick up at least 3 of these. All right, so let's see what else is going on. All right, in East 58th Street for the LMG lovers out there, if you're running that Hungry Hog or whatever LMG you're running, there's some Savage Gloves with 975 armor on them. They come with 1,168 LMG damage, 5.5 crit chance, and 8% skill haste. All right, now if you want something like this, then you go ahead and check it out up there. The firearms roll on it is a bit low, so you'll probably have to re-roll that. But other than that, if you like using LMGs, then this might be something you could use, especially if you run with a little bit of electronics. All right, let's see what else is out there. All right, boys, it seems to be a sausage fest over in Park Avenue. We have another sausage for sale. This one with 345% stagger. The base damage is 101. Rolling with competent, rolling with deadly, and rolling with unforgiving. So you have some options with this gun actually. If you want to roll off unforgiving and maybe go for adept, you can have more crit possibilities, crit damage with deadly and with competent, giving you some more weapon damage. If you want to roll off deadly and maybe go for something else, that way you can have some raw damage, then you can do that as well. You really can't go wrong with whichever way you roll with this. These are some pretty good talents on this sausage. So if you need one of these shotguns, man, I'm telling you, this week is the week to buy. The only difference is this one is going to cost you Dark Zone credits. Keep that in mind. All right, let's go. All right, now in East 46th Street, we got a little gold mine going on over here. I don't know where this dude got all this stuff, but he's got a police UMP 45. Base damage at 23.8. This is the highest one that I've seen in a hot minute. The crit chance on it is 21. It comes with accurate, it comes with adept, and it comes with ambusher. Now if you want to roll off ambusher or roll off accurate for something else, maybe competent, maybe deadly, I don't know, whatever you want to do depending on your build, then it's not really all that bad. That base damage on it is some of the highest I've seen for this particular weapon, so you may want to check that out. Now the tactical vest is also being sold, and this one has armor of 1905. The beautiful thing about this is that the health on it is at 16,521, comes with all resist, and unfortunately it comes with increased kill XP. Now the talent on it, rapid, decreases cooldown for healing skills by 15%, and let's be honest, the majority of people who are using cooldowns or some kind of skill haste are using it primarily for their heals. So having 15% cooldown on your heals could be pretty good, especially if you use it with the heal that gives you the overshield. Not too bad. You may want to take off the electronics and maybe bump it up a little bit, but overall not bad. Now the next thing they have is the prototype stamina mod with 261 stamina, plus it comes with 2,971 health. Again, not too bad. And the only bust for this place, And I don't even know if you want to call this a bust, because this ain't even actually that bad. You've got this T micro red dot sight with 6% headshot damage, 4% crit chance, and 3% crit chance. I don't know where this guy got all this stuff from, but he rocking it. So if you need any of this stuff, and it's all good stuff, this is nothing really wrong with it. It's all good stuff. Go ahead and check them out. Yeah, pretty good stuff. All right, now over in East 42nd Street, just to make this really quick and throw this out, there's a surplus SVD being sold with 171 headshot damage. The base damage on it is 58.2, but straight up, to be real with you, the talents suck. Just wanted you guys to know that. Not a huge fan of any of these, but if you do like balanced and you want to get rid of meticulous, then you can have that. Maybe put brutal on here for even more headshot damage if you're not running Deadeye, because if you are running Deadeye, this is a very good weapon to have. Maybe even getting rid of meticulous and putting deadly on there. But the problem is, or actually the other way around, getting rid of balanced and putting deadly on there. This is probably not that bad if you're going to do that and run it with Deadeye. Discipline will be a useless stat since you're running Deadeye, but it is there. The rest of this stuff is not that great. The prototype mod, it's got 3% skill haste. If you want to go for that, that is available, but it is 246 electronics. All right, there you go. Okay, now over in West 34th Street, we got another little surprise. We got the converted USC with 22.4 base damage, 20% crit hit chance. Comes with competent, accurate, and ambusher. If you're going to roll with one of these, you may want to get rid of accurate and put something else on, or you could just get rid of ambusher. The increase to 10% against targets in cover is a little bit tricky of a one to get, so you may want to roll that off. Accurate is not bad, and yeah, might as well go for it, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of hip fire. This may work out for you. Now, the Gunslinger's Vest is also being sold with Vigorous. The health on it is not the best, but it is a vigorous chest piece, and it does have ammo capacity on it. Not the greatest ammo capacity, but it does have something. So if you are desperate for a vigorous chest piece, this has the makings of a really good one, just not quite being the best that it could be. But if you are bringing it into Last Stand, then it doesn't really matter, because it should be even better. There's a health mod, but it kind of sucks. The vertical grip also sucks. So let's see what other things are going on. All right, now over in East 34th Street, I thought I'd throw this out just because it's slightly better than mine. There's a First Wave M1A. The headshot damage on it sucks. The base damage on it is a little better than mine. The one that I have is 59.5, so about 400 better. But the thing is, the talents on it are not that bad. Let me get rid of that. We have competent, we have dominant, and we have prepared. Now, I would probably take dominant off and more than likely go for something like brutal, or you know, whatever works for you. But yeah, definitely brutal, prepared, and competent on the sniper rifle is not bad. Unfortunately, the headshot damage is not the best, but if you're looking for a First Wave M1A, this is not too bad, and the one that I have I really like. So yeah, I wish it had more headshot damage, but it doesn't. But this one, having more base damage, the same amount of headshot damage, and better talents, in my opinion, I think is pretty worthy of thinking about if you need a First Wave M1A. Man, the Dark Zone is going off this week in West 31st Street. Get your DZ credits together. The Black Market AK-74 is on sale. The base damage is 28.5 with this character. Enemy armor damage is at 20. Talent wise, we've got Prepared, we've got Deadly, and we've got Unforgiving. Personally, my recommendation would be that you get rid of Prepared, because the AKs tend to jiggle around a bit and the accuracy on them is a bit lower than the M4s and such. So I would say roll with something that will give you more crit hit chance in the first slot. Keep Deadly and then go with Unforgiving. That'd probably be a pretty good one to go with. And again, that base damage is ridiculous high. Jesus. Yeah, that's pretty good. The rest of this stuff, we have a robust chest piece with some pretty good health on it. The only problem is that, yeah, the stamina on it and the non-existent ammo capacity makes this a bit of a bust, although the armor is really nice. The firearms gear mod at 262 for the firearms plus 1% crit hit chance, not too bad. The quick release magazine, if you're looking for one of those, Got crit hit chance, a little bit of magazine size, and some reload speed. Alright, now just as a quick shout out, I thought I'd put this out there. The tactical mask in DZ2 is being sold with 899 armor on it. Armor is a bit low, but the electronics at 1266 is pretty high and worth talking about. Now the talent on it is rehabilitated, which heals you for 2% every second during a status effect. It also comes with crit hit chance, and it comes with burn resistance. So the only reason I'm really recommending this is because this may be useful for certain incursions like Dragon's Nest, and for certain legendary or even regular missions like the Napalm production site. Yesterday, me and the stream team ran the Napalm production site on legendary, so we were running with randoms, if you know anything about that series on my channel, and it was a lot of fun going in, and definitely this would have helped out quite a few people, because once you get burned, then you can get some more of your health back in the process. So this is not too bad if you plan on running any of those missions with status effect, or even if you run it in the last stand with people running shock turrets and flame turrets. Something to think about, just to let you guys know. All right, let's see if there's anything else in the dark zone worth talking about. Alright guys, all the way up in DZ6, for the people who are rocking Firecrest, there's a Firecrest mask with some pretty good health on the mask. 1264, plus it comes with health on kill, and the armor on it isn't too shabby, 966. You may want to roll health on kill off, or keep health on kill and change either to firearms or electronics. Now the other thing in DZ6 is the backpack of the Nomad. It has a respectable amount of health at 12,475. It also has ammo capacity. Woohoo! And the armor on it is not too bad at 1240. Plus it has electronics at 1163, so you'll have to do something about that. The rest of the stuff is all right. In terms of the other things in DZ6, the rest of this stuff is garbage. I thought about the Deadeye gloves, but the problem is it has pistol damage and the electronics is a bit low, so I'd probably not recommend that, and the armor isn't all that great. Alright, let's hopefully see if there's anything up in the other parts of the dark zone. If not, that's it, but let's see what we can see. Alright guys, the final stop in DZ9, we have a Sentry's Call harness with 15,992 health, enemy armor damage, and 1267 for the firearms. The armor is a bit low, and it doesn't have ammo capacity, so buy at your own discretion. There's a Tactician's Authority bag with 1258 electronics. This one has 11,408 for health. Again, does not have ammo capacity, at your own discretion. We have Final Measure knee pads. The knee pads with some skill power at about 12,622. Comes with shock resistance, burn resistance, blind and deaf, and the health on it is 1140. The armor on it isn't too bad at 1545. So again, another one to buy at your discretion if you need a Final Measure pair of knee pads. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Don't really know about these Nomad gloves. The armor on it is kind of eh. The critical hit damage is nice, the skill haste is nice, but it is health on kill. There's nothing really for any particular weapon, so you'll have to re-roll that. Plus the firearms is a bit low, so I would say this is kind of a pass. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this week's good or garbage. I am Khan TDK, Mr. So Real. I hope you guys are enjoying the series and checking out some of the other videos that we've been doing. I just put out a state of the game today, so if you didn't see the state of the game or you know nothing about what's going on with that, you can go ahead and check that video out. We did a stream team with running with randoms yesterday for the division, and that was a whole lot of fun. Check that out. That video will be up soon, maybe tomorrow-ish, and we'll probably be doing some streaming. Just so you guys know, the streaming for this channel will be on Twitch on the weekends. We'll be doing YouTube throughout the week. So be sure to subscribe to both of those, the YouTube and the Twitch channel. And yeah, make sure you're following me on Twitter as well, because we have a lot of news and stuff that we do there in terms of like polls and giveaways and stuff like that. So be sure to check it out. Make sure you subscribe. And on that note, I am out of here. Have a good weekend. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Huh.